How to control spending and save money. Now, this is a very interesting topic because I'm the fan of just go make more money in your whole life. But how do you control spending? When do you control it? And when do you save, or do you even save? The three things specifically I want to talk about is developing an investment mindset. Instead of saving, I want you to start using the term investing. Number two, what are the strategies that I've used to forecast and manage cash flow, which is your spending? I don't use the word budget. That's like a diet. No one does it there. It's restrictive. And number three, the common mistakes to avoid while you're trying to save. And by the time this video is over, I don't even want save in your vocabulary. I want the word invest in your vocabulary. So how do you get that investment mindset? Well, that's the pattern of your money. See, most of you, your money behaviors are inherited, right? You either picked them up from your parents, your friends in school, you looked around and said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it's amazing how many kids just compare notes and share. And all of a sudden you got this interesting spending habit. And maybe you have a saving habit, or maybe you don't have a saving habit. The reason I don't like the word savings is, what does it define? Savings means a lump of cash. What are you doing with that lump of money? I would prefer to have it very specifically forecasted, meaning I'm going to have an emergency account and then define what's an emergency in your life. So it's just not some random lump of money. I want you to define a college account. I want you to define an investing account. So be very specific about how you're going to be spending and the use of your money. See, millionaires in general don't save, they invest. So the pattern of most people, of these inherited behaviors that most of you have, and you still do, is you make, spend, and you save a little bit that's left. Horrible strategy. You want to make and invest immediately. In fact, I'm going to give you an investment software. It's called iFlip. Go grab it below and start an investment account. So as you make money, pay yourself into that company account. So your company makes money and your company has an iFlip account. So that's where you can actually start the pattern of making money and investing money all inside one company, no tax consequence by doing it that way. If you make money and take a distribution, you have a tax consequence. Now you have less money to put to work and investing. So making and investing is the mindset and the behavior pattern of millionaires. And it's one of the most challenging things for so many of you to do. Now, as we go into number two, the effective strategies for how to forecast. Again, what's your rule? Are you going to put 10% away into your investing account? You say you're going to use the iFlip account. Because here's the benefit. You can put as much as $50, $100 into an iFlip account. But once you start getting into the 20, 30, 40 thousands of dollars being put away into that investing account, you could pull a portion and go buy some real estate. It only takes 48 hours to liquidate out of the software. So it's a great place to invest your money, have it in smartfolios, making money. It has outperformed the S&P 500 by hundreds of percents over the years. So way better strategy to be an investment software where you focus on making the money. So most of your time as an entrepreneur, even if you're employed, you have to have a company to activate the tax code for all the deductions. So as you're making money, you have a rule to put some money away on a regular basis. How do you forecast the rest of it instead of saving? Well, what else do you need to put money away for? Do you do a college account? Right? Now, do you call it a college account? Do you do a Roth IRA for later in life? Do you pay your children? What are you going to spend your money on? So the best way that I teach people how to forecast is write down all your bills, corporate or personal. I want everything that you pay for. Then forecasting in its most sophisticated form, which is what a session I love to do with my clients, is help you decide what now gets personally paid for. What does your company, maybe you have one company for operating and one company for investing. How do your deductions, your car, your phone, all of these deductions happen through those companies? So forecasting is a very purposeful spending because it also, in our world, forecasting affects your tax basis. If you are spending right and using corporate deductions versus just paying bills out of your personal account, see, personally, you don't get a write off your vehicle. Personally, you don't get a write off your phone. And if you're operating as a sole proprietor, stop it. Click on our strategy link below in the description. Talk to our team. Let us get you incorporated and set up in the right system so the way you're making money and deducting money is for your total family benefit. Now, while you're doing that, I want you to do one quick thing for me. I want you to click the subscription button. I want you to click the notification. When it rings on there every morning, I want you to actually click and watch the video. What a novel concept. So don't just notify, just know it's sitting out there. Listen to it every day. The whole goal of this channel is for you, business and money, and what's one thing you could do different every day. Within a year or two, you're going to completely have a different relationship to money and the investor mindset that I'm encouraging you to acquire. Reading my books would be a great answer to a lot of that. And if you haven't got my Make Your Kids Millionaires book, it's like the best book. And even if it's about Make Your Kids Millionaires and you're 40, 50, don't have any kids, go through the checklist, go through those lists and say, well, this is what I could have, should have, would have done. 87 things that I should have done between 0 and 20. It doesn't matter that they're not done. They still need to get done. You just might not be, 5 years old anymore. Make sure you get those checklists and get them done. Subscribe to our channel. Anyone over 5 years old can be listening to this channel. It's a family-friendly channel. I want you listening, play my game, engaged in the lessons and the learning. Common mistakes to avoid when you're saving. Well, most people's mistake is they don't start putting money away till later in life. You want to start putting money away early in life. In fact, we've just launched another app called Gravy Stack. I'm an investor. A lot of our community is becoming investors in that project. And it is a missions and gigs, over 100 opportunities for your kids to learn how to be an entrepreneur, how to be generous, how to put money away, how to invest, which will go to your iFlip account, how to share, which goes to a charity account of your choice, and then what you get to keep and spend. So it's a very cool app. It's really kid friendly, and you do all these missions and gigs, and it teaches you money. P&Ls, balance sheets, all of it. It's these pipes of money. It actually is an official bank. You get a debit card. It's super cool. So now we have the full spectrum of learning. You have a software app for your kids to learn how to be an entrepreneur. And I can tell you, parents, get side by side. Some of these lessons I know you don't even know yet. And if you're not listening to this channel every day with your kids, again, I would put this as one of the gigs where you'd actually, I don't even care if you pay your kids, $1 a day to watch my videos to learn something. I want your kids to come along in this journey so you actually can create generational wealth. So make sure you get the Gravy Stack app, you get the iFlip app, and start saving immediately. So for kids, I have a 50% rule. So anyone under 18, the money they make, they should put 50% away, whether that's for an entrepreneurial venture at the 18 years old, whether that's to go to college, or just to put money away in a Roth. Why do I like Roths very aggressively for children and young folks? Well, really, any of you out there, is because you can't touch it until your 60s. So it's like a forced investment account. So you can only put $6,500 or $75 if you're over 50 years old. You can only put a little bit away, but it's worth it. It's worth the spread because that Roth grows tax-free, tax-deferred. So for example, I bought Bitcoin in my kids' Roth and my Roth. We bought it at $4,000 and again at $9,000. It made the run. We did a huge sell-off. All that profit's tax-free, tax-deferred. So when you know you have a runaway asset or an opportunity to make a lot, you park that kind of asset inside your Roth to allow the tax-free and the tax-deferred and tax-free growth. So create a plan with you and your kids. Don't save the money, invest the money. So again, the pattern is make it, invest it, start as early as you can to avoid any of the pitfalls of being broke later. We'll talk to you tomorrow.